Hello again. Do you like puzzles? I do hope so, because I've got one for you today. It's one of those puzzles where you get two pictures and they look the same, but there are differences between them. Well, I'm going to show you two pictures and I've made it easy for you. There's only one difference that you have to find. Are you ready? Come a bit closer then. You're going to have to concentrate. Here comes picture number one. Okay, here comes picture number two. Did you spot the difference? Ta-da! Yeah, I can almost hear you groaning. But there were 100 cotton wool balls in the first picture and only 99 in the second. I think that was a bit hard. After all, who would notice if just one was missing? Actually, there is somebody who would have noticed. A shepherd. Now let's imagine that each one of these is a real live sheep. A shepherd would know all of his sheep individually. Now in Bible times, a shepherd would spend a lot of time with his sheep. All day, all night, every day, every week, for several months of the year, he'd be up on the hillside with them. So he would know if just one of them went missing. He would know them so well. He'd know the grumpy ones from the shy ones. He'd even know them all by name. And in the evening, he would lead them into the sheep pen. Now the sheep would follow him because they would recognize his voice. How clever is that? I'm going to have to cheat and put these sheep over the wall. But normally they would go in through the door and the shepherd would count them in. So not only would he know how many were missing, but he'd also know which one was missing.
Darryl! Darryl! Where are you? Where's he gone to this time? Darryl!
If there was a sheep that was missing, that was a problem for the shepherd. He would have to leave the other sheep in the sheepfold without the door and go and look for the one that was lost. He'd better hope he got back before night time, because at night time bears and hyenas roamed the hillside and they were looking for a bit of sheep for their supper. So the shepherd would have to leave his sheep and go looking for the one that was lost. And he'd take some oil with him. The chances are, if this sheep hadn't made it back into the sheepfold, that it was injured. It might have fallen down a rocky crevice and injured itself. So the shepherd would pour oil on its wounds. That's a bit like Sudocrem to you and me. And then he would put the sheep on his shoulders and carry him back to the safety of the sheepfold. Then the shepherd would have to sleep in the doorway. He would in fact be a door, so that nothing could get between him and his sheep without him knowing. I'm guessing he didn't actually get much sleep. If you'd like to know a bit more about shepherding in Bible times, then check out Psalm 23. It was actually written by a shepherd, so he knew what he was talking about. It begins, "The Lord is my shepherd." So that's imagining God as the shepherd and us as the sheep. In John's Gospel, chapter 10, Jesus describes himself as the good shepherd and you and me as the sheep. Well, that's good news. Because as the Good Shepherd, Jesus protects us. He loves us, he cares for us. If we're lost, he'll go and find us. If we're hurting, he wants to heal us. And he knows us by name. Imagine that. God, Jesus, knows your name. I hope that makes you feel special, because you are. Now, I wonder which one of these is Daryl. Can you spot him?